If you guys are enjoying the content here, definitely check out patreon.com/partywithstrategy. Extra episode every week, 4 extra episodes a month. It's only $5 for the whole month. You get 4 extra episodes. That's literally less than a cup of coffee. In today's climate of pay more, get less, we're bringing back pay less, get more. Let's go, champ. Join the Strat Pack. Patreon.com/partywithstrategy for extra content. We'll see you over there. Enjoy the rest of the episode. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go, my boy. Welcome back to the Party with Strategy podcast. Another great episode. Very special guest in the building. I love when I'm able to get an out-of-town homie in the studio with me.
Yeah.
And thanks for coming by. Took the train over here like a real Chicago OG because you did live here for some time.
I did. Well, you know, back and forth between here and other places, but definitely spent like good 2 years here.
Yeah.
It was great. Thank you for all your hospitality when I came.
For sure. Yeah, we had some good times.
Definitely.
Where did we meet? I feel like we met at Fremont or something.
I feel like it was something like that.
Yeah.
One of the first times, I think it was the first time I came out to DJ, I saw a bunch of your like stickers, and then I saw someone wearing your hat and I thought it was you, and I was like, yo, what up, Strategy? And then he's like, nah, bro, it's not me. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I'm like, all right, well, shit, I got to meet this guy.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, we ended up meeting somehow, some way, and
some DJ set, drinking together, having fun, partying.
I do remember a night at, I want to say the Mid, maybe? The Mid closed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was some comedian that's from Chicago. He was there.
D-Ray Davis.
D-Ray, yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember I seen him because I had performed with him in San Diego. Well, not performed, but he was the host of a party that I was spinning at. And then I was like, hey, what up, D-Ray? And I was like, yo, meet my boy Zach. And I don't know if you guys had already met.
No, for
before.
sure not.
And then he was just there hanging out, and that was a pretty wild night, actually.
That was the night that Skyla Novia was at the Mid.
Yeah.
And we were like partying with her, putting stickers on her. She was being a good time.
I remember that, yeah.
And then D-Ray was hanging out with us because she was with us like getting naked.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
That was a pretty wild night, man.
It was great.
Yeah, wasn't that like the same night we went to the Porn and Chicken place?
We took her to Porn and Chicken.
Yeah.
That was great. Yeah. That was a good time. And then me and Dolo and Cutswell was in town, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
Cutswell was there, and we took her, me, Dolo, Cutswell, and her, went to the Golden Nugget right over here.
I'm assuming that's a strip club.
No, it's a diner.
Okay.
It was 24 hours. They, rolled it back a little after
Right.
COVID, but that was the spot. And we found out she didn't know how to read there.
Oh, no.
She couldn't read the menu.
Dang.
So it got a little weird. We were all kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, whoa. What's going on here? We all, so, you start feeling bad. You're like, what have we done?
Yeah, it's kind of like a Floyd Mayweather kind of thing. I mean, shout out to Floyd and salute. I don't want
no smoke.
No smoke.
Yeah.
Period. But yeah, I can imagine. I never heard the backstory of that. But.
Yeah, that was a wild night. That's hilarious. You were there. D-Ray Davis was there. She was there. Cutswell was there. Like, what a time, bro.
Yeah, I had a great time. I think wasn't it Metro and Gordo doing like
the Metro Gordo show
back to back? That was great.
They need to bring one of those back, bro. They used to rock that all the time.
I mean, see, that was kind of I think that was like the only time I had seen it. And then when I had moved here, they had kind of hadn't really been doing that so much, but they definitely should. It was a time for sure.
Yeah, that's my favorite way to DJ is with a homie, 30-30 back and forth.
Yeah.
It's the best, I think, for the crowd even too, because the energy's the best that you can get. It's one guy goes on, you got 30 minutes, you got to rip it, give it your all, take them where you want to take them in that 30 minutes, and then you're sort of inspiring your homie who's next. Like, oh, okay, that's all right.
Yeah,
all right, I see you. I'm gonna do this. Yeah,
you go have a drink, go smoke something, and then you come back and you're fresh. You got, you might have got a back rub from your girl or something, and then you just jump on and you're like, let's go.
Yeah,
and then you hype your other homie up, and one of the venues in Cali, this place called The Office, the owner was actually he was all about that. He was like, every half hour, he's like, I need you guys here all night. And I'm like, well, you want me here all night? That's a different price than if you want me here the other half of the night. He's like, all right, well, I'm willing to pay, but I need you guys here all night. Like, so that's what he wanted, is he wanted to have the energy go back and forth.
I think some people understand that in terms of owners, because a lot of times owners and DJs, they don't see eye to eye on things like that in particular. Like,
Nah, for sure.
This is gonna help your club, this is gonna elevate what's happening in the room, this is gonna motivate people, this is gonna do this and create an energy inside of this space. We're gonna need a couple more bucks for that. And they, some people are like, I'll just get this guy to do it. He does it cheap anyways, blah, blah, blah. But that's dope that he was like, all right, cool, let's do it.
Yeah, he's my plumber's, he's my plumber's nephew or something. He'll do it for free drinks, something like that. No, he definitely understood the value.
That's dope. I like that. I just had to talk to a younger DJ who's, the kid's killing it, bro. The kid is like one of the top in the city. And definitely highly sought after DJ, does well, has a nice following, has a strong brand, everything you could want. And he was out here working for $75 an hour. And I'm like, you can't do that, because I'm trying to get more money. And if you're not getting more money, I'm not getting more money. You need to get your money up so that I can get my money up, so that everybody could get their money up.
Absolutely.
And I had to remind him. But there's always, two sides to the coin, right? Like, we are in a recession technically. It's hard to get money, but it's there. If you keep your price elevated and you only do good stuff and you represent yourself that way, you can definitely get the money.
Yeah. 100%. You have to command it, or you have to basically be able to show the value. So you're like, well, yeah, I know I'm asking for this, but hey, look at my brand, look at my social media, look at all the stuff I'm involved in. I'm involved with this sports team. I'm involved with this radio station. I've been to major markets. I bring not just I'm just a local guy,
right?
Just the different things that you could sell yourself with. That's just kind of like some different examples. But I'm definitely a huge proponent of doing that within like my own city as well. I try to bring on like people, and people are like, oh, hey, do you have the money from that gig? I hate to ask. I'm like, nah, dog, like, you need to ask for what you need, what you want, and you need to like really command that, because no one's gonna go harder for you than you.
100%.
Yeah,
that's what it is at the end of the day. Your worth, and you gotta keep your worth where it's at. Don't dip down into the lower paying gigs, even though it is money. Like, at the end of the day, I love what I do. I'm sure you love what you do. Being a DJ is incredible. Some days it sucks, some weeks it sucks, but at the end of the day, it's incredible. And to even for $75 an hour is like, that's good money, sure,
right?
But you got to progress forward at some point. You know what I'm saying? You gotta.
Yeah, for a homie, we could, you could cut like a deal with a homie, or like a longtime client, or something different. You're like, well, I know you guys could do $75 an hour, but like, can I bring my girl in here like 2 nights a week? We're gonna have dinner, and like a nice dinner or something. Just, you got to weigh out all the options.
Cut a little back end deal. Yeah, I like that.
But you also got to know, like, hey, you can't go below a certain price, because then you're messing it up for your future self. And if you want to make more money in the future, you kind of got to stand on business.
Yeah, 100%. And I also I don't love the idea of like, there's certain guys that DJ and they just are that $75 or $50 an hour, whatever it is, DJ that never really progress. They don't have a grasp on like elevating their brand. They don't have a grasp on all the other shit that goes into this DJing outside of being a good DJ. And maybe they're not even the greatest DJ in and of itself. So like, those guys exist for sure, and we need them just the same way that we need people to work at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But I don't like the idea of being in a conversation with those dudes. Like, a club is having a meeting and we want to start this new night, and here's our budget. budget. We got $75 an hour. Here are the guys that'll do it. Strategy, and this guy and that guy and that. Like, I don't want to be in that, you know what I'm saying? I want them to think about me when they're thinking of some other shit that they know that they need to put some bread up.
Yeah, if price is your only like measure, then I'm probably not the guy.
Right.
You know, I'm like, okay, well, it's cool. Like, you guys, if you guys want a DJ for this certain price, that's cool. But hey, I'll hook you up with another DJ. But that's not me. And then I think that's the type of stuff that that really separates you from others. And, you know, we actually do this. We've been doing it to support ourselves, you know, support our girlfriends.
Yeah.
You know,
shouts to the ladies.
Yeah. Shout out to them. But when that's the factor, then I think you go harder for yourself, and that's kind of just what separates it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's sort of relatable even to the same feeling of like, back in the day, I'm running around trying to find any piece of pussy I can. And back in the day, I was running around trying to get any gig that I could.
Oh yeah.
Nowadays, it feels good to turn down pussy, and it feels good to turn down gigs.
That's the best feeling, is turning down ladies, man. It's funny. I brag about it to my girl. She's like, hey, did any girls try to talk to you? And like 9 times out of 10, and the answer is no, because no girls are really trying to talk to us.
Yeah.
But the ones that do, and you can kind of like be like, yeah, I turned that down.
Yeah.
You know, I told my girl, I'm like, yeah, you know, some girl was on me, and I had to give her the fucking Heisman, and
you got to let them know.
Yeah. I was like, nah, I'm good. They're like, what do you mean you don't want to come home with us? I'm like, I'm good.
My home, what I got at my home's way better than what you're offering at your crib.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I don't want to, and they take it like, dang, you're not even gonna let me down easy.
Yeah,
I'm like, nope, not gonna do that.
My favorite is when girls will be like, hey, can we hang out in the DJ booth? And I'm like, my girlfriend wouldn't like that. Like, she wouldn't love that, and that's a no for me, dog.
Yeah, big time. That's a big no for my girl. That's funny you brought that up. So, I mean, if I can help it, then yeah, they're not allowed in there. But you know how there's some spots where there's just it's out of our hands, you know?
If they're up there, like a lot of times the promoters will bring girls up there. Right. And if they're up there with them, I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. You guys are
control your girls.
Yeah, you got a handle on it. But if they're just up there with nobody, keeping an eye on them, it's not my thing
time
anymore.
To go.
That was like my thing. I wanted to pack the booth with as many girls as possible. Put them on my shoulders and shit.
I was looking back through some old pics of that, and then also like of my old stuff, my old gigs, and I'm like, yeah, the more girls the merrier. Like, the homies weren't allowed to come on stage without girls. Yeah, that's just the rule. But now it's kind of like, hey. But yeah, I do remember the days when you had the girls on your shoulders. Bottle Blonde, you know, R.I.P. I heard the news. Yeah. And yeah, that was a special place. I had a lot of good times in there. Met a lot of girls that I don't remember who their names are. You know, their number's probably still on my phone, and I don't even have a right name. You know. Yeah, it's just got Bottle Blonde on the end of it, or BB somewhere or something. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I deleted a lot of them, but I'm sure there's something in there. That phone's been through a lot. You know. Yeah. I feel that. There's nothing that beats the feeling of being secure and protected while commuting in the city. Kinfolk Concierge is Chicagoland's premier armed chauffeur service. Their expertise range in services that provide VIP, car services, and personal protection. DM with the code STRATEGY or give them a call and let them know you saw this promo on the podcast for 30% off of your next ride. That's a 30% discount. That's a big discount. That makes a $100 ride $70. Don't hesitate to book your next elite level experience. Contact Kinfolk Concierge today. Back to the episode. Yeah, it was good times. Yeah, thanks for bringing me on to spend there. I had a good time there. Yeah, for sure. Those Sundays were legendary, bro. Yeah. Chicago hasn't seen a Sunday fun day like that since that place has left. It's been a struggle out here on Sundays. It was like Fremont, then Bottled, and then shit. If you were still going, you'd be at what was that place next to El Jefe? Next to Jefe? Yeah. Like late night. Yeah, it was Social 25. Now it's called 25. Rock Bar. Yeah. So I remember doing all that. And, I mean, Nuts.
Yeah, it was lit. There was a whole you know, what's it called? A whole fucking travel schedule on Sunday, a whole route.
Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get done when I get done at Fremont, which is probably like 6 o'clock, maybe the latest 7. I'm gonna go get some food and go home. No such luck.
Never works like that.
No. Once you start drinking, the tequila just kind of guides you everywhere.
I do remember like towards the end, like maybe early 2019, late 2018, when I was starting to get on my fitness shit and I was drinking a little less, smoking more weed.
Right.
I would always try and leave bottled after my set and go to a hookah bar and kick it. Because I didn't want to like go home, but I didn't want to party like that. You know,
I remember that.
We went actually. I remember me and you went one time.
Yeah, we went like definitely one time.
Yeah. That was my shit.
Yeah.
Just kick it. Like I'm still out. I'm still being social, but like just put me in a different environment for a minute. Let me rest a little.
Yeah. Rest the vibes.
Yeah.
Just have some hookah, maybe get some hummus, something just like, yeah. I feel it, man.
A little shawarma.
Exactly. I love it.
So I didn't even get to properly introduce you, to be honest. We haven't even said DJ BEATNICK.
Oh.
But we'll let Diamond Cut will throw the information on the screen. We'll get your Instagram up there. People will
shout
know
out to
what's
him.
up. Yeah, he's the fucking man.
For
and
sure.
So you're from San Diego originally, and you came to Chicago in what, 2017?
2018.
18.
Yeah, well, to have another place here.
What was the motivation for that?
Well, I had like kind of hit a little bit of, I feel like, a ceiling in my own market, and I was doing great. I was doing like great DJ wise, but I think for kind of like my soul, I was like, I really wanted to get out and enjoy something else. So I had connected with Clayton from the Music Trust. By way of DJ Evil One, which is also a part of the Music Trust.
He's Portland dude, right?
Yeah, he's in Portland.
I know the name. I don't think I've ever met him.
Yeah, so Clayton was living in San Diego at the time. I want to say it's 2017, and we connected. He's like, "Oh, Clayton lives in San Diego. You guys should meet up." So we met up and we talked. And I had like a lot of friends from Chicago, or I still do, but at the time I knew a good amount of people that were either living there or kind of going back and forth. And I was like, okay, I really want to go to Chicago. So I came out, I did the Roof on the Wit, and I'm not sure if I did any other gigs that particular time, but I came out, I was like, all right, I like it. I was like, I want to like relocate here. And Clayton had kind of like said something in our conversation. He's like, well, we got plenty of work out there if you really like it. And I was like, well, we'll see. And then I went out there and I was like, okay, I think I could do this. So I want to say April 2018, that's when I came out here and was here for a little while. And, of course I was back and forth to San Diego and whatnot, but Chicago was definitely home base.
Was it like, what were the first major differences you think that you saw in terms of like nightlife, DJ community, getting gigs, schmoozing, networking, all that kind of stuff? What was the major difference between San Diego and Chicago, you think?
Well, luckily, thank you to the Music Trust, I was definitely booked out pretty much as I wanted to be booked through them. So I had kind of like a base, which a lot of guys don't necessarily start with, especially in a new city. So I was very blessed with that. But the DJ community was very welcoming. They were like, I think that they kind of like, they knew that I was solid. Before I was even here, people were like, okay, like we know this guy's solid. And they were pretty welcoming. There was a couple of different things where people had put me on, like you, and then Ankit, he was definitely working with the Music Trust at the time. And he also put me on other stuff that he was a part of, Cuvée, and then just in general, like, like, hey,
shouts to Ankit, by the way.
Shout out to him, man.
I still want to throw that party inside of a 7-Eleven that we talked about on the Mr. Sean Tucker podcast.
Okay. Yeah, he's great. I saw him last night. He's chilling. He had to wake up early and go to the 7-Eleven.
Yeah. How sick would that be? Like you saw how Four Color Zach did that. I think they called it No Service, where he threw that party inside of the burger spot in LA.
No. You know what? I did see that. That was like for what is it, the scam party, right?
I don't know. I think it was, I don't know if it had to do with Scam. I didn't see Scam's name on it anywhere, but
Okay.
it's I saw the full set on like YouTube, and then there's a bunch of clips on TikTok and shit. But just the aesthetic of being in
Right.
a restaurant that's
Somewhere
not,
that's not traditionally nightlife.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how sick would that be at a 7-Eleven? You know, everyone's in their
Nuts.
party. And that's kind of like the new thing is, you know, you see a lot of people on TikTok DJing on the couch and they have like a full party behind them in their crib.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of cool music. Maybe not the greatest of mixing, but the music's great.
There's like in my algorithm now on YouTube, all these like videos pop up, and it's like a dude on vinyl, and it's like funk for the, you know, like cool funk music, whatever, cool
Right.
house music, this and that. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, sick. Like I'm playing Rocket League. I'll get to listen to some dope music, good
Yeah.
DJing. And nobody's mixing. They're just playing one song after the next. And
they,
I'm like,
fade out, and then
yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this? I can't get down with this. I don't
can't
support this
I can't
bullshit.
get jiggy with this shit.
Yeah. It's crazy, but it's like, it's the aesthetic of the vinyl. It's the aesthetic of the good camera work and lighting and this
Yeah.
and that. And it's just got nothing to do with the mixing whatsoever. They can't mix.
I don't know, man. That's a big sigh for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I grew up in a little bit of a different time. Even
Yeah.
doing some creative drops, I think you'd probably be more interested in that than like a long drawn out like fade in fade out type situation.
Even don't even blend, don't even mix the records, but just drop the next record on the one.
Yeah, right
You
on
know
time.
what I'm saying? Right?
Yeah,
Just that is good enough for me.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah. Because I remember I'm sitting, my girl's over here reading, I'm over here playing video games. I put this shit on. It's like some dope ass funk song. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
sick, hell yeah. And then all of a sudden he like just fades out of that and fades into the next thing. And I go, what the fuck? Like literally out loud. My girl's like, what?
Yeah,
Like, she didn't know what I was upset about, yeah.
Whereas we're like, that's you're like, no, man, you can't even do that. I mean, you couldn't even just echo like creatively.
Something,
Come on,
bro.
man.
It's like when you get out of the whip and the music's going, you don't even turn the car off until it's like the end of the bar or something. Like it's
Yeah.
got to be at the right spot. You can't just cut something off in the middle and then just
No.
leave me on a cliffhanger.
Nah, especially, you know, I know you're a big Kendrick Lamar fan, so
That's not really my guy, but have you been keeping up with the beef?
not too much.
I
You know,
see, I haven't even listened, bro.
I listen, but I'm not. I'm not really trying to keep up too much.
Who
It's
do you
not my
think took
fight.
it? If you've listened to the records, who do you got?
I mean, I haven't really listened to all of them, so I
Okay.
couldn't really give you a real answer. But I mean, I gotta ride with the West Coast.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I'm from out there.
Makes sense.
I'm from out there, so don't go there. You know,
It makes sense.
But I mean, I still know that I can't play a DJ set without Drake. You
That's-
know?
I
His
mean,
music, timeless,
that's-
forever music. So I mean, as a professionally, I mean, it's always going to be Drake. But as a music head, I mean, I like Kendrick too. I mean, I like them both, and I don't really feel like I have a dong in the fight.
Yeah, I feel the
And-
exact same way. I don't enjoy rap beef really.
Yeah.
Like you know, a couple bars and like one song and one song, but this whole drawn out, like I'm
Yeah, it's getting
dropping
drawn out too
fucking
much.
3 records that are 7 minutes long and there's 2 different beats, and
Yeah.
I don't have the capacity for that. But my stance is the same. Like as a DJ,
Yeah.
I have made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of Drake records.
Easy.
And
Yeah.
I've made like $4 off of a Kendrick Lamar record. So I'm Drake all day. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Shout
I
out
need
to the
him to
guy.
keep making hits.
Yeah, shout out to the guy that was pretty much, I don't know, almost about to threaten me for not playing the new Kendrick.
It was it.
Yeah, some dude was like pretty much like kind of coming in my face, and that pause. It's a big pause. The dude was all in my face. Another pause about the Kendrick record, and I'm like, it had just came out. I think it was this last Saturday, and it had just came out, and I'm like, okay, cool, man, I got you. Like, it's cool. And then he kept coming up to me, and I'm like, bro, like, you need to chill, like. And then so finally, it was about that time, and then he's like bugging me again, and I got on the mic. I said, I don't give a fuck about no rap. Sorry for cussing.
Oh,
I don't
you're
know.
fine. You could.
I don't know if
cuss
that's going
on
to
this
be
all
algorithm
day. No,
messing
you're
up or
fine.
anything. But I said, I don't give a fuck about no rap beef on the mic, and that guy got pretty mad.
Yeah.
And so what do? I let him be mad for about a couple songs, and then I went into a little Kendrick set and dropped the song.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a mid response, but what do you expect from a song that just dropped? It's not going to be like everybody's going to go nuts. I don't know. It maybe in certain markets, but that wasn't the case.
I mean, I haven't even downloaded it yet. I haven't even listened to it yet, and that's on me. I take full responsibility for that.
I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to.
It does, like, the internet is selling it as a party record, though. It is like they're pushing it like, oh my God, people are going crazy to this in the club, and there's all these videos and shit. So I know I do have to get it. And I do appreciate that. If Kendrick made a diss record with the crowd in mind, like this is a party record, this you can play at the club, this will get a response, I like that. I support that for sure. Like Back to Back was that, you know, we used to play that all the time. People are fucking yelling along with the record and all that.
Yeah.
But the thing that I'm most torn about is that if Drake wasn't going through all this right now, he would definitely be on a $1 Million Baby remix, right? Like, don't you think he'd put a verse on that? Like, that song's bubbling right now, and that's kind of his thing. He's like, this shit's hot, I'm gonna jump on it and
maybe
give it
like
some more
old
looks.
Drake. I think he's kind of backed off on that. Even like within the last like year or two, he's been kind of like less on that. I'm gonna jump on this, I'm gonna jump on that. What was the last one? Well, I take that back. He's just been less frequent with it. He did that Four Bats guy out of Texas. What was it? I don't know.
Act 2, I think it's called.
Yeah, well, one of the acts, but
one of the acts.
Yeah, he's on that joint, which personally I don't really think he did much for it.
Yeah, that I do like that song. I like that guy's voice. I like that flow. I like the feel of it. Drake didn't really hit too hard on it.
Nah,
but it was cool, and I respect him for doing that. But that's what I'm saying. I feel like he would do that on $1 Million Baby. Like,
it's possible.
He could get off on that shit. Like,
you know, we should probably get like what's her name, Miley Cyrus. We should get a Miley Cyrus verse on that one.
You think so?
Maybe.
Yeah, it could.
I mean, because she could, you know, that flow she had on 23.
Get into,
you know, I think she could get into that bag.
Are you still dropping that? I forgot about that song.
No,
it was hot for a minute.
Different. I mean, certain places, I feel like I might need to bring it back.
That is like that 2010 era that's sort of at the forefront of DJing right now. I feel like that song would go off.
Katy Perry's, that, like the Iconopop, kind of.
Sean Kingston, Justin Bieber. I mean,
shout out to Bieber. He's having a baby.
Yeah, I saw that.
Right.
He, like, I play Sean Kingston, shouty, fire burning on the dance floor, and it goes absolutely ape shit.
Right.
And I still feel like a dickbag playing it.
Yeah. Or what about Teo Cruz, Dynamite? Oh, bro. Man. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm going to just hide over here in this corner, you know?
It's insane, bro.
Yeah. Nah.
It's insane, but everyone's loving it.
Yeah.
It's a hit.
Big time.
No two ways around it.
I mean, I kind of feel like a jerk as well, because I honestly haven't stopped playing those songs.
Okay.
So, you know, everyone's like, I mean, just for certain gigs, you know, certain rooms, those songs never really died. But the fact that they're back now, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you can try out Miley Cyrus 23 tonight. Is that what it was? 23?
I think
so. Jordans or J's
on my feet. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to really play that type of music. So I
don't think you are.
I think
that's what the stems are for, right?
This is true. I could do like a little,
throw it over a Whitney Houston track or something.
Yeah.
What
or like Moni Moni or something, that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Like the double time.
Yeah. You're playing at John Boy tonight for anyone that doesn't know what we're talking about. That's incredible. Anyone that watches this podcast knows how much I talk about that spot and love it, and think that it is at the forefront of what this city in particular is really the only city I could speak on.
Right.
It's what we need. We need fun. That place is just pure fun. And when you're going out and you're thinking about, you're weighing out your options, should I go out tonight? Should I stay in tonight? I'm going to save money. I got Jersey Shore on my DVR. I'm ready to watch that. Like, weighing out your options. There's no second guessing whether John Boy is going to be a good time or not. It's not like, it could be hit or miss. Like, it's a hit every time.
Dang.
So
I'm excited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it goes hard. It goes nuts. Hopefully the weather will hold up when it's nice out, bro. When the
I remember.
nighttime
Yeah.
75, no real wind. It's not raining. That Randolph Street is popping, bro. You get that Chicago summertime energy.
Especially right now, I feel like you guys just came out of like some cold, and it's gonna be. It's like that fake like spring right now. It might cool down, but the weather should hold, right?
I hope so. Yeah, it did rain earlier, so hopefully it's done with that for the next 24 hours. But what's like a big record for you on a night like that where you're playing throwbacks, classics, sing-alongs, disco?
Dang, I would say like Apache, like that one. Like, I don't know if it's called Apache, but it's like,
I think it's by Apache, right?
Yeah, I think it's by Apache, but it's kind of like I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I like to play something like that.
Jump on it.
Yeah, jump on it. Some Gloria Estefan.
Okay.
Always Shaka Khan.
Yeah.
Gap Band. Earth, Wind and Fire.
It's crazy, like, when I'm thinking about playing throwbacks in a regular set, in a regular club room with like younger people in it, 25-year-olds.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit that I have played and they don't know it. It's too old.
Yeah.
They don't know the throwbacks, but like it seems like everybody in John Boy does.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
So I shouldn't be afraid to drop the Gap Band or whatever?
I don't think you should be afraid to drop anything in there, bro. The things that I've seen people do in there, I'm like, oh my God, this looks like so much fun.
Okay. Yeah. I got some little like, combos that I've had over the years that I'm excited to drop tonight for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then tomorrow I'm going to be with Daly. I guess I'm going to be playing before him.
Daly rips it. For my girl's birthday, we got a table over there. He was DJing.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in about as long as I haven't seen you, so it's kind of cool. It's somewhat of a homecoming for me.
Hell yeah!
So I'm happy to be back in Chicago.
Welcome back, my boy.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, man. It feels like I never left, man. I got on that train. And I'm like, okay, I remember this.
Yeah. Is this the first time you've come back since leaving?
Well, all right. Battle raps cause I've shaken grown men to the point that they can't even face their own friends. That's why they rhyme about jewels, not life, cause the ice on which they skating is so thin. That's what I love about the human soul. It'll usually show when the truth ain't told. He was alive.